Rock and roll in my soul, bumping, knocking cold on the dome. Fish and chips and game.
I don't understand how he Nat King Cole, dog. Does he know every genre? Unforgettable. That's what you are. If this is my favorite Ren song so far. Welcome back to another episode of Goat-Worthy Reactions, where we mainly like to focus on goats on this channel, but today we're going to be focused on a unicorn who is REN, right? So we got power, man. REN with power. So we're going to be doing the official music video, so stick around for the end because we're also going to jump into the acoustic version. Actually, hold on, I don't think this has an acoustic version, right? Yeah, I don't think it does. Okay, so we're just going to be doing the power then. All right, so this won't be too long of a video, but yeah, man, stick around. I'll be giving a rating at the end of the video of the song. Honest ratings, you know what I'm saying? Anything 8 and up it's a great rating, but from time to time I gotta pass out some 7s, some 7.5s. It is what it is. How many goats is this gonna get? Or I should say probably unicorns. We'll see. Check out the end of the video. If this is your first time watching, just understand that I've started a Making-A-RENegade docu-series, and this is, I believe, episode 14, I believe. I'm not sure. I gotta figure it out. I'll figure it out towards the end. But yeah, so basically what I've been doing is just each reaction is an episode. So I'm new to the whole REN music, so this is like about my 13th or 14th song I've reacted to. So if you want to catch the other reactions, just go to my playlist. It's called Making-A-RENegade, and if you want to catch any ones that didn't make it to the YouTube, sign up for the Patreon, and you'll catch the entire season 1 of Making-A-RENegade, which was the Renegades trying to turn me into a renegade. But I didn't have to wait till the end of the season to become one, so here I am. So we're just trying to birth more renegades through this reaction. So don't worry, man. We got season 2 coming up. We got a whole bunch of stuff to tune in with REN, man. So let's get right into it. Today we got REN with power. Let's get it.
Get it? Power.
What sample is that?
These kids don't play my shit. I never had a top 10.
I gotta run it back because I just love the energy, man. Him and his homeboy just in the car riding. These videos don't cost him $1, do they? He's just riding, man, and that's what it is, because people like that because just the authenticity, right? They just like that authentic shit, man. It's cool to have cool, like, you know, flair and just like have a little bit of you know, somatics in there and stuff like that. But sometimes, dog, people just want that raw energy, those raw vocals, you know, and he presents that from time to time. So I gotta appreciate that, man. But let's run it back. It's got a little bounce to it, a little lighter than Animalistic. Yeah.
Power. These kids don't play my shit. I never had a top 10. Maybe it's cause I sing about violence and depressions. They say don't blame these kids, just focus on yourself, friend. Well, if they don't like what I'm doing now, then fuck them. Don't trip, I up the ante, learning licks like John Pashanti, smoking spliffs and popping candy, idolizing Sid and Nancy. Woof, rock and roll in my soul, bumping, knocking cold on the dole. Fish and chips and games consoles, council house and violent flow. Life went sweet at home, mom and dad took a trip.
I gotta pause it, man. I don't understand how Nat King Cole, dog, does he know every genre? For y'all who don't know what Nat King Cole is, I really can't believe he just mentioned Nat King Cole. It's because like I'm starting to realize how he's become who he's become. Like, he's just well versed, you know? Unforgettable, that's what you are. If you don't know Nat King Cole, that's just straight up soul music. But it's just crazy, man. I'm just blown away right now that he just said Nat King Cole. I'm blown away right now. I'm in shock right now. I'm a loss of words right now, just because, like, that's deep. You gotta have some real soul to know Nat King Cole. You do. Oh man, all right. Let's run it back a little bit. He just mentions it in there like it's just another reference. I love all his references. That right there, that's a top reference right there. That, yeah. This guy knows way more music than I do. But yeah. Okay. Nat King Cole. Let's go.
Don't blame these kids, just focus on yourself, friend. Well, if they don't like what I'm doing now, then fuck them. Don't trip, I up the ante, learning licks like John Frusciante, smoking spliffs and popping candy, idolizing Sid and Nancy. Woo, rock and roll in my soul, bumping Nat King Cole on the dole, fish and chips and games consoles, council house and violent flow. But life weren't sweet at home. Mum and dad took a trip and they split shalom. What will be, but me, I hate to see my mum alone. Late night crying, get so high to try to silence sounds of fighting. Through the walls I heard love dying, so I focused on my... That's what it was. I focused on my...
Fire.
Now let's go back. Let's go back.
That was that. Dare I say it? Dare I say it? This is my favorite Ren song so far. I'm ready to rate this song before it's over. All right, man. Let's peel the layers back, please, because you know that's what we do here. We don't play no games. We peeling layers back. So I like the little intro, man. The power sample, that was dope, man. It really set the theme for everything. Like he was just about to share. You know what I mean? So like I do like I like his direction. You know, power isn't just about strength and dominance. It's about reclaiming control. Amidst the chaos that he's always referring to, right? So the sample, man, repeating, "What you want is power." Like that's dope, man. It serves like almost like it's reflecting like the self conflict that Ren's life has been in, right? You know what I'm saying? It's just a struggle for like self-determination against the forces that's trying to just bring him down, right? Like he said, just focus on yourself, friend, right? Yeah, and that's what you need to do. And that's what he does, actually, right from the beginning. There's tension between society wants, which is fame, status, and Ren sees true power. What Ren sees as true power is authenticity and survival. That's where the power lays for him, and I gotta respect that. Got to respect that. I like the verse though. These kids don't play my shit. I never had a top 10. Maybe it's cause I sing about. Oh, I butchered that flow just now. He said maybe it's cause I sing about violence and depression. Hey. Right away, right? Right, he's addressing his status in the music industry, and at the same time, he's not making songs designed to top the charts, because his art reflects on more real shit than that. It's the darker side of reality, right? Violence and depression, yeah, that's what he went through. So it's a bold move, right? Showing he's aware of what mainstream wants and what they demand, and he consciously choosing to go against the grain, which is typical Ren, right? Typical Ren. This is what we know Ren to do. So this is Ren's way of just asserting his authenticity, right? He's basically just showing that he's not about to conform. You know what I mean? He's not about to conform, man. He's doing his own thing. The line sets up, I feel like, a contrast just between what sells and what's real, and he's gonna stick to what's real because that's what he knows to do. Don't trip. I up the ante, learning licks like John for chance. This man just be making references like nothing, really. I forget what's the band, but he's the guitarist though. I just know he's a guitar. What is the? I was about to say Linkin Park, not Linkin Park, but 90s, late 90s or early 2000s. I'm not gonna get stuck on it. I just know the guitarist. I just know he just referenced the guitarist. But and that guitarist, he's just known for them soulful, complex riffs. You know what I'm saying? That's his thing. But Ren does the same thing, right, with his lyrics though. So this line is like not just name dropping, right? It's a metaphor for Ren's own musical growth and his own commitment to, mastering his craft like John does. John's a master of his craft with that guitar, right? And obviously John's got plenty of soul. Everybody knows that. But Ren also, Red Hot Chili Peppers. Okay, so but Ren also has a lot of soul. Just him naming Nat King Cole told me he got soul. Just that Just that reference alone told me this man got soul. Because I love all types of music, man. So I like listening to somebody like him, where I don't have to really go into all these genres and listen to like different sounds. Like he gives me these different sounds, right? He makes these references to let you know of his authentic background and what he studied. He's a student of the game. This man is a student, smoking spliffs and popping candy, idolizing Sid and Nancy, idolizing Sid Vicious and Nancy. So he's these references are just like easy for him, right? He just pulls these from freaking air, He's at the same time, this is like punk rock shit that he's like referencing now, but it's representing just self-destructive lifestyles, right? So Ren captures that allure on his own through his recklessness into what shit he went through, right? Almost hinting at his own struggles and vices. So I can really I resonate with that just because I grew up a similar way, right? But it's a glimpse into the escape of what many people face, man. A lot of people face this type of shit. So especially when the world seems to be just like falling apart around you, there's just destruction around you, right? So that was the cool little slick reference with Sid Vicious and Nancy. So it's like it was very fitting to me. I feel like, you know what I'm saying, and it just shows like he's got his punk rock shit, he's got his rock and roll, he knows his soulful shit, he knows his jazz. He's a jazzy dude for sure, right? But he's heavily musically inclined, dog, and that's what really got to me. But rock and roll in my soul, bumping Nat King Cole, dog. On the dough, fish and chips, games, consoles, console housing, violent flow. Like at the same time, dog, it's like you got to be a special breed. He's a special breed. That's why I say he's a unicorn, because he's not just a GOAT. You know what I'm saying? He's not just a GOAT MC or a GOAT this and that. He's a master of all trades, a jack of many. That's how I like to describe him. You know what I'm saying? Some people are just a jack of all trades, master of none, or maybe master of one. No, he's a master of all of what he does. He can make a whole album in rock, and he can make a whole album in soulful shit, singing or rap or whatever the case may be, right? He can touch all genres, which is like amazing. His fingerprints are going to be everywhere. You know what I'm saying? He deserves to live long. So we're going to continue praying for him. We know he's struggling right now. He's going through a lot of shit, but we're going to continue praying for him because he deserves to be here. And there's people out here whose life depend on it. I'm telling y'all, trust me, I speak to these renegades on a daily basis. People's lives depend on this man's mere existence. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, the whole Nat King Cole shit, that shit really spoke to me, though, because this is like the part of the verse that was just packed with contrast. This is like the peak right now. This is the peak of the verse for me, anyways, because he embodies the soulfulness of what, a Nat King Cole, while simultaneously just living the gritty reality of just, well, he said British console housing. Like, this is his life. He's talking his life. That duality, I'll tell you, that he's always doing. He's always presenting a duality of references so that it connects to his side and the side of where he's referencing. Like, it's for you to understand. So you could take it at face value, or you can look deeper into it, right? Because there's going to be something there underneath. The refinement of just music versus the rawness of his surroundings, It adds layers to his narrative, which is good, because you don't want anybody taking control of your narrative. They got to understand the layers first before it can be believable that they are in control. So he's always reclaiming his control, which is what I respect about him the most. Then he takes us a little deeper into his personal life. This is what I appreciate. He said, "Mom and Dad took a trip and they split. Shalom," right? He said, "What will be, but me, I hate to see my mom alone," right? He's really letting us into his world. I never really heard him really mention his family like that, so I haven't really peeled that many layers back of his music, because this might have been the first time I heard him reference something this personal. I know he mentions his struggle with with the diagnosis and the illnesses and all that stuff. But this line really captures the emotional fallout, I feel like, of his parents, the separation that he went through, which is tough for anybody to go through. I never had my father in my life, even though I do now. I met him at 27 years old, and we're tight. We're like best friends or whatever. But it wasn't his fault to why we were apart, so I don't hate him for it. You know what I mean? Neither does my mom, you know what I'm saying? But well, we're back and kicking. I haven't seen him since I was 2 years old. And we met again 25 years later. Ain't that wild? God, you got to believe in God after that, boy. But the use of shalom, what he's doing, which is like a Hebrew word for, peace, is ironically placed in a context of turmoil. Ain't that crazy? So he's highlighting the dissonance between the ideal and the reality of his experience. So it's still a vivid portrayal of how family conflict can impact one's just mental state, but especially during like formative years, but at the same time, he's letting you in. It's a window into his world. Gotta respect anybody who's willing to do that, especially with a talent like this. So let's keep it going, man.
These kids don't play my shit, I never had a gold plaque. My style is old school, but I swear this ain't a throwback. I put my visions into rhythms on a dope track. To understand the place I'm coming from, let's go back. When I was 16, I was a sick teen, I was a victim of my head. I was just 16, up in the kitchen, racking up lines till my nose bled. 16, in an affliction, in an addiction with my dread. I was just 16, I was quite sick then, I was a prick then, I was a pleb, but fuck it, we're all misguided individuals, life can suck it. My cup ain't half full, man, I'm filling up the whole bucket. I'll drink my tears so I can drown my sorrow. Sing like I might die tomorrow. Live note for note, I go for broke on every single song I wrote. And every single song I write brings freedom to my weary mind. A healing that you'll only find inside an intricate design of kicks and snares and fat bass lines. I flip the script until I find my it is what it is. I focus on my now run the track, run the track.
Power is my new favorite REN song, but don't tell anybody because I've been saying that for the past, I think, 10 songs. They keep getting better. All right, let's keep it going. We got to peel that back. I said, let's keep it going. No, we got to peel that back. That was deep. He said, when I was 16, I was a sick teen. I was a victim. Oh, man, he was going in, right? He was going in. I like that. I like that a lot. I like it a lot. But let's really get into it, man. He said, these kids don't play my shit. I never had a gold plaque. He said, my style is old school, but I swear this ain't a throwback. Again, man, REN just starts by confronting his outside status in the music industry, right? He's an outsider to the music industry. A lot like NF, like it's like these dudes drop shit, drop heat, they chart, they do all that shit, and hip hop heads don't recognize them. It's funny, bro. It just shows you the biasness, the bullshit, how the music industry works. These gatekeepers, right? It's crazy, man. He's not here to conform, to the current trends, and his old school style isn't nostalgia. You know what I'm saying? It's a deliberate choice to honor the raw, unfiltered storytelling of early hip hop. That's what he's doing. He's paying homage to his music, and they don't even acknowledge it. But he acknowledges that his music might not receive the recognition it deserves, but at the same time, it's because it's not designed to fit into neat, commercial boxes. That's why it's purposeful. Like, it's not something that he's looking for pity for, you know what I'm saying? But I like the way he digs into his past struggles with his mental health and addiction. When I was 16, I was a sick teen. I was a victim of my head. He said, I was just 16 up in the kitchen racking up lines till my nose bled. Come on, dog. He's bringing you into that world of, it's hard to people hardly ever make it out of. Once you start, it's hard to stop. So we got to give him props on that, right? So the lines are heavy with, obviously, raw honesty, but at just 16, he was already grappling with the dark side of his mind and substances, right? But the repetition of 16 to me, like, really drives home how young and just vulnerable he was, right? He's painting a vivid picture of how he spiraled into self-destruction, how he spiraled into self-destruction and self-destructive behaviors. You know what I mean? It just became a part of his identity almost. Like, it was expected of him from other people because of this self-inflicted. It was self-inflicted at this point, right? Because he's choosing to do these things. So the use of victim of my head, I mean, that kind of resonates with many who maybe battle mental health or, I don't know. To me, it's a very candid acknowledgement of how one's mind can become a prison, almost like you feel trapped. Like he's made that reference in many other songs as well. But I'm realizing that a lot of his music reference each other, and it's always like all his music could be one huge album. It seems like, you know what I mean? Because a lot of these songs are from different albums. So, but why does it sound so cohesive? You know what I mean? So like. It's you know why? It's because it's authentic and it's coming from the same person. Real stories. That's why. Real struggles. It's consistent. You know what I mean? But like how you guys, I was quite sick then, I was a prick then, I was a pleb. I don't know what a pleb is. Is that like a London thing that he's saying, or a Brighton thing? Look, so some of y'all were telling me that because I kept saying Britain, like the way I was reading Brighton, I was reading as Britain, but Britain is, it's just not, it's a city in Britain. But the funny thing to me was that I remembered Eminem once said, he said come with me to Brighton, let me relive your attention, you little wencher. Murder wasn't my intention, and if I wanted to kill you, it would have already been done. Slowly she gets in and I begin to lynch her with 66 inches of extension cord. He said that on Same Song and Dance off the Relapse album. And it's like, when Eminem said that, I just ignored that. I don't ignore anything Eminem says, and that was the one word I was like, come with me to Brighton, what the hell is he talking about? I thought he meant like bright in the room, or Brighton, you know what I'm saying, like the actual action, the action of the word, right? I'm like, wait, so this is a place. So this is cool though. It's cool. Sometimes I like learning through y'all. I like when y'all get in the comment section, and y'all know, I don't pretend to know. I know a little about a lot. I know a lot about a little. So I don't pretend to know everything. You know what I mean? But that's cool though. But I like his direction though. You know. So he was like, I was quite sick then. I was a prick then. I was a pleb. But F it, we're all misguided individuals, which is a fact. At some point you felt very misguided. Still to this day you may still feel you know, a little misguided, right? But here Ren owns up to his past mistakes, but he's not wallowing in self-pity. That's not what he's doing, you know what I mean? Instead he frames it as a universal struggle, you know, again putting up that mirror like he did in the Money Games and stuff like that. But he's also like, we've all been misguided, right? Which adds a layer of just relatability, something that we all can agree with, right? So it's just a reminder that no one is immune to making bad choices, especially when navigating a harsh reality like he did. He started behind the 8 ball, so he didn't have a great start. You know what I'm saying? A lot of kids had a head start. A lot of kids were held back. A lot of kids self-destructed. You know what I'm saying? He was almost doomed. He was almost doomed from the start. You know what I'm saying? You can say, right? So to me, one of the standout lines though was he said, note for note, I go for broke. Every single song I wrote, and every single song I write brings freedom to my weary mind. That was just like, I don't know. There's just too many layers behind that. I don't want to go too deep into it because I'll be here forever. But I consider myself a deep thinker. So sometimes I can extract maybe 4 or 5 different meanings to one line, and it could just be in my head. I'm not saying he's always when I'm breaking these songs down, I'm not saying he's definitely meaning it this way. This is just how I'm receiving it, you know what I mean? From my like things that I study, things that I'm into, you know, just my history of life or whatever. So I don't want people to get misconstrued. Read my CDs and be like, that's not what I meant. But that's just how I receive it, you know what I'm saying? But I do feel like this is where this was like a pinnacle moment for me in the song, because this is where I feel like the true power that Ren speaks comes into focus now, right? Because for him, music is not just a career, it's a form of therapy, right? Kind of like NF, right? So a way to reclaim his mental freedom, I would say, right? So the intricate designs of kicks and snares of fat bass lines is more than just you know, musical elements. You know, it's structure that helps him hold himself together, almost like helps him escape, and it helps him not lay down his salvation, as my pastor would say, right? Don't lay down your salvation for no one. So I like it, man. I'm this one, I don't know, man. This one's really doing it for me. I'm not saying it's better than Murderer or better than Genesis or better than all these joints I've been bumping lately, Troubles. It's just my favorite today. That's all I'm saying. What? I'm just saying today it's my favorite. That's all I'm saying. It's the best song I've ever heard. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying nothing crazy. I'm not being over dramatic. It's just the greatest song ever. That's all I'm saying. That's not being dramatic. Anyways, continue. Look at them just chilling, being goofy. That's that shit people like. People love the goofy shit. It's that real shit.
Get it?
Get it? They've just been driving around. They just driving around. Gotta respect it. Does it end with anything? Oh, okay, that's it. Yeah, gotta respect that. You gotta put some respect on that power, boy. That power is better than Kanye's power. I know that much. And I used to like that Kanye song, but it's it's crazy how much better Ren is than like these artists are, and not even just on a skill level, because there's many better rappers who are more skilled than today's mainstream rappers. But it's funny how much better he is production wise, talent wise, vocal, rapping, everything. It's like, oh, he can be commercialized, but he chooses not to be. He chooses to be independent. And I seen him sitting with with the dude Leo Cohen. I'm just wondering what that came about. The dude who runs YouTube, he used to run Def Jam back in the day. He doesn't have a great reputation in the hip hop world, but then again, the hip hop world sometimes is a little biased and just thinks everybody's against them. So we can't lean on that either. But anyways, man. Thanks for sticking around. Appreciate it. All the renegades have been showing me love. Sign up for the Patreon. Help me support the channel. Just help me keep this thing going. I don't want to slow down. And Patreon, man, is the backbone to this channel, honestly, bro. Because YouTube, listen, I don't care about the monetary gain of YouTube, but YouTube does not. It don't pay. Like, you know what I'm saying? People are like, yo, he's doing long videos because he's trying to make money. I'm like, no, my long videos make the least money and get the least views because nobody wants to stick around for 45-minute breakdown. But I like to do things the way I like to do them. So the slow grind is better than no grind. But sign up for the Patreon, help me support the channel, and I appreciate y'all for sticking around. You know that's getting 10 goats. We out.